I'd like to call to order the regular board meeting, May 19th, 2021 at 6:30. I would like to call, board members, as I call your name, please reply present for the public record. Vice President Perry,
Present.
Secretary Green,
Present.
Treasurer McIntyre,
Present.
Assistant Secretary Treasurer McNeil,
Present.
Trustee Walker,
Present.
Trustee Wright,
Present.
and myself, Carol McIntyre. Board members, it is now time to recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I will lead by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance for everyone. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would like to entertain a motion in a second. I don't know. Let me see. Did everybody get it? Okay, I would like to entertain a motion in a second to approve the minutes in batch from the April 21st, 2021 regular board meeting, the April 28th, 2021 special board meeting, May 5th, 2021 special board meeting, May 12th, 2021 special board meeting, May 12th, 2021 board committee of a whole meeting.
So moved. Support.
It has been properly moved and seconded that we approve the minutes. Are there any corrections? Seeing none, the motion to approve the minutes in batch will be conducted by a roll call vote. As I call your name, please say yes or no to approve. Vice President Perry,
Yes.
Secretary Green,
Yes.
Treasurer McIntyre,
Yes.
Assistant Secretary Treasurer McNeil,
Yes.
Trustee Wright,
Yes.
Trustee Walker,
Yes.
myself, yes. The motion passes 7 yes. At this time, the board will hear any comments from the public regarding agenda items. Members of the public are reminded that the Board of Education, by its bylaws 13 are not obligated to answer questions, make statements, or comments in response to issues raised by the public in general. Such issues will be referred to the superintendent for investigation, study, and recommendation. Any public member wishing to speak regarding the agenda item may raise your hand or submit their name in the chat to alert Stephen that you want to speak. Also, anyone who sent an email prior to today's meeting will have that read. Public members, Stephen will call your name before you are unmuted to speak. Please restate your name and address before beginning to speak. Stephen, do we have anyone to address the board?
Good afternoon, board. Yes, I do have one public comment sent via email. Public comment is from Felicia Nymark, teacher, impaired speech language pathologist at Durant Mont. Comment reads, "Good evening, board. I'm listening to tonight's Board of Education meeting and would like to thank Mrs. McIntyre and the other board members who questioned the funding from GISD for our programs and students. The staff member who evaluates and provides special education ancillary services to preschool-aged children, I appreciate your concern. In the past, I have gone to outlying preschool buildings such as Early Learning Center, Cummings, Summerfield, Manley, and Educare, as well as other buildings where Flint residents attend preschool, such as Head Start and GSRP. I have seen flyers about open enrollment and open houses for other programs such as Richfield Academy and other charter schools, but not Flint schools. It has been a while since I have personally gone to these locations, but those of us providing services to these sites have been disappointed that they are not encouraging students to attend our school district. I think the boards questioning these practices should be looked into and make sure that the district sends flyers excuse me. And make sure that the district sends flyers and follow-up communication to these preschool centers, and perhaps have a representative speak with the directors of these facilities to ensure that they are making information available and encouraging their families to strongly consider Flint Community Schools for their children. Thank you. And I believe there was one other comment. I'm not seeing them here. Oh, and I do have public comment here. That's from Sharice Lee.
Stephen, she's our presenter that's coming shortly.
Okay. I understand. All right, then that is it, I believe, for the public comment at this time.
Okay. Board, I will proceed with the agenda. Now we receive the superintendent's communique from Ms. Stewart.
Good evening. Across Flint Community Schools, we have many reasons to celebrate this month. First, we begin by recognizing National Principals Day. As you know, our principals remain committed to our scholars, families, and staff, and provide important leadership all year long. We are grateful for the efforts of our many incredible principals. Earlier this month, we also celebrated National Teacher Appreciation Week, which took place earlier this month. We know this has been a year unlike any other, and we are grateful for every teacher who continues to invest in our scholars, and we appreciate their hard work. We also celebrated National Nurses Week, recognizing school nurses throughout the district who have cared for our scholars' health and well-being. We truly believe the whole child approach helps cultivate each scholar's success and will continue to ensure we are addressing the needs of our scholars and families. If you did not get an opportunity to see it on social media, we highlighted a person every day, from administrators to teachers to nurses, just to say thank you. So hopefully you had an opportunity to see that. Finally, we also acknowledge parents with the school bus celebration on May 10th. The celebration honored parents and caretakers who have made significant contributions of time, service, and leadership to their scholar school. Parents and caretakers were welcomed by a school bus recognizing their contributions and received a certificate, award, and gift bag. I would also like to thank you, the Board of Education, and all leaders across our district who continue to put families first. Together, we have continued to work on the district strategic plan that will guide our district through 2022. The subcommittee chairs are currently in the process of pulling all of the thoughts, ideas, and feedback that were given to us in the month of April, pulling that all together so that we can complete our rough draft of our strategic plan. It is my hope to have the rough draft to the board in June, and then to seek board approval in July. The district also recently closed a family survey to help inform our communication efforts for the 21-22 school year. Our preliminary results show that families prefer to contact their child's school directly and visit the district website for important updates. It also showed that many families value the district's balanced calendar. We are in the process of reviewing the survey results further and look forward to continuing our collaboration on this effort. As you may have seen in the news, there are many ongoing discussions regarding the state of Michigan's third grade reading law. The success of our scholars socially, emotionally, and academically is a primary concern. However, Michigan's Read by Third Grade law requires that the results of this year's Michigan student test be used to identify students who are eligible for retention. The State Board of Education, State Superintendent Dr. Michael Rice, and the MDE continue to urge the legislature to set aside the student retention component of the law. Local school district leaders who agree that retentions are poor public policy, particularly during a pandemic, have been asked to make their thoughts known immediately to their elected officials in the state. The end of the school year is right around the corner. As a part of our ongoing live stream series called Flint Focus, we heard from our enrollment office and the DTM team last month. They talked about enrolling little ones into Flint Community Schools and what day-to-day learning looks like for our youngest scholars. Community members can visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/Flint Community Schools to watch the recording. Finally, as you may know, FCS is open for enrollment for the 21-22 school year. We are encouraging families looking to learn more about our enrollment and enrolling a child at any grade level to visit flintschools.org and click on centralized enrollment. Thank you, and that concludes my communique.
Thank you, Ms. Stewart. Does any board members have any questions for Ms. Stewart?
I do.
Go ahead, Ms.
Ms. Stewart, I remember asking you specifically if we could please just get a copy preliminary. We know that it's rough. We know that it's not ready, but whatever you have, the rough draft of the strategic plan. You're saying that you're not going to have the rough draft or the draft available by June, and it's only going to give us a month to review, and then you want it approved by July. But given that you're working on something, can you please just give us a copy of what it is that you're working on? And doing that with the realization that it's a work in progress, it's a living document. And we've requested this since I first came on the board, and you're at the point where you're making PowerPoint presentations of a strategic plan, and I'd like to see the strategic plan that that the PowerPoints are being created about. And so I don't know what else to say except yet again to request, can we please have anything that you have, please, for the strategic plan? I don't want to see Bilal's old strategic plan. I would like to see the document that you currently have right now, with the understanding that it's not complete, that it's a work in progress. Would you be able to do that?
Board Member McIntyre, I do not have a document right now. We have 9 subcommittees who have been working on their sections and revising their sections. It is currently in pieces, and we are trying to bring all of the pieces together so that we have a draft to provide to the board. My team and I met on yesterday afternoon for 2 hours reviewing the pieces. We are working as fast and as hard as we can to get a draft to the board. It is my hope. This was a huge undertaking. We started in January, and in 4 months to be able to pull together the information that we have thus far has been a heavy lift. And in 4 months, and we're working hard and as fast as we can to get a draft to you. And as soon as I have the pieces all pulled together in a draft that I can give to the board, I am willing to. I am going to give it to the board. It was just my hope that I could get it to you in June. And if you're saying a month is not enough time, I'm open to that. If a month is not enough time for the board to review it prior to approval, I'm open to that. I'm willing to, we can go longer. It's just that we're also trying to still continue with the work of the district and pull these pieces together in an extremely short amount of time.
So let me rephrase that then. may we please see the pieces that you have? I don't care if it's sloppy. I don't care if it's messy. I am an educator. I have seen rough drafts of different things, and I know what they look like, and I know how the writing process goes. I'm just asking, if we're supposed to be a team working together, can we have the notes? Can we have anything to indicate what the strategic plan is, except for a glorified PowerPoint presentation, which really doesn't say very much?
Excuse me, Miss Laura.
That's it. All right, I just keep asking the same thing. I guess the answer is no. All right.
Well, June is in about what, a week or so, so there we have it.
Okay.
But
All right. I mean, this is just the same question that I ask every single meeting. So there we go.
I understand. Is there any more questions for Ms. Stewart? For Superintendent Stewart from the board? No? Okay. Thank you, Ms. Stewart. Board members joining us this evening is
Wait,
Ms. Sharice Lee.
I'm sorry. I have one more question. So we're saying that the month of April, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm just trying to get all this together. So the month of April, we have feedback that's being incorporated into this draft. Am I missing something? Was there any community input at all besides that one meeting where there was a 2-hour meeting where there was like an hour and a half of a presentation and breakout rooms with no input? Because what has been the community input that's being incorporated into the strategic plan? So saying that there was data collected the month of April and that's the feedback that's going to be incorporated, I'm confused about what exactly it was that was gathered to incorporate, what is going to be incorporated in terms of community response. Because as far as I can tell, the community hasn't had any sort of input at all.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Laura. Board member, well, Ms. Laura, to speak to your last statement, Superintendent and I have been speaking in our face-to-face meetings about putting a form together for the community. And with Dr. Joyce being over the Community Relations Committee, I am pretty sure we're going to need to get her incorporated in that process. So we are still committed to working on the process. Hopefully, when June comes, like she said, we can have something more solid.
So between June and July, there's going to be a community forum to get input from the community, which will then be incorporated into the. I don't see how this timeline adds up.
Just telling you what we spoke of in our face-to-face, and I think you were in there. But anyway, let's speak about that privately and try to move this thing forward and get something set up for the community if that is what you or the board is feeling. Okay. Is there any more questions? Anything else, Ms. McIntyre? Anybody else? Thank you. Board members joining us this evening is Ms. Sharice Lee, Michigan Association of School Boards, MASB, for a special presentation. I would like to welcome Ms. Lee for joining us because I'm just ecstatic to hear about what all you got going on. So Ms. Lee, I'll turn the floor over to you.
Thank you, President McIntosh. Hello, everyone. It's good to see your faces. Some new to me, some familiar. I'm Sharice Lee. I am the Assistant Director for Labor Relations and Legal Services at the Michigan Association of School Boards. I am an attorney. I'm licensed in Michigan and in Texas. The Texas part, not so much important today. I am here to talk with you all about your membership with MASB and the services that we can offer to you. I know that you all are current members, and I've spoken to a few of you on the board, just asking different questions about legal information or just our classes that we have. focused on making sure that you all have the best resources available to you as board members. And today I actually want to talk to you about some of our rarely known, I guess, we have lots of strategic ways that we can help at MASB. And most people know about our legal education. Most people know about asking us about questions regarding labor relations. But MASB, at least our legal and labor departments, also operate as consultants, as legal consultants. We do chief negotiation, whether you want us to negotiate your contracts, and that would be more so on the administrative side. But we also advise boards about how to move forward when it comes to labor or legal matters. And so I don't want to go into a whole boring spiel, but what I will say is that we have lots of things that we can offer to you to help you make decisions, to be a neutral party when it comes to if you have questions and you're not really, and it's more than just a simple legal question like something about OMA, that as a member of MASB, you could just call me and ask me that question, and we wouldn't charge you a fee or anything like that. But if you ask us to provide you specific legal or labor information, whether it's a board workshop or whether it's a information about or an opinion about something that your board is doing, then MASB would charge a fee of $150 an hour. And so we offer that specifically to our board members or the members of MASB because that's much cheaper advice than a law firm. Traditionally, they would charge $250 to $350, sometimes $450 an hour. So it may not be something that you necessarily need to go to a law firm for, where you can utilize our services and they could be much cheaper to you. But you still get an attorney, you still get someone who's familiar with school law. And you're also, if it's something outside of the realms of legal or labor, we also could help you with other consultants and things that we have available to us at MASB. And so with that, I will entertain any questions you all have for me today. And before I do that, I do just want to say that Adrian and I went to high school together. And so we see each other a lot around the community and we have that familiar relationship. And so I did want to disclose that. Thank you.
And I was just reviewing some of the things that MASB offers through these special services, and it would be a substantial savings to the district because I do have a lot of questions and I do want to do the right thing. Ms. Sharice is fluent in Michigan school board laws, and it'll be for a cost, you know, and I think it would be well worth our while with legal fees and stuff. Just asking basic questions. So yeah. Any other board members have any questions? Okay, thank you, Ms. Lee. Board
Thank
member?
you.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
yes. Board members, action item number 21.28, authorization to enter into professional services agreement with MASB is in your board packet for adoption. I am seeking a motion in a second.
Motion.
Second.
It has been properly moved and seconded that we approve action item 21.28. Are there any questions? Seeing none, the motion to approve action item number 21.28 will be conducted by a roll call vote. As I call your name, please say yes or no to approve. Treasurer McIntyre,
Yes.
Trustee Wright,
No.
Vice President Perry,
No.
Assistant Secretary Treasurer McNeil,
Yes.
Trustee Walker,
Yes.
Secretary Green, you muted,
Yes.
and myself, yes. The motion passes 5 yes, 2 no. At this time, I seek a motion and a second to go into closed session pursuant to Section 8H of the Michigan Open Meeting Act to discuss materials exempt from disclosure under state or federal law.
So moved.
It,
Second.
it has been properly moved and seconded that we meet in closed session. Board members, when I call upon your name, please say yes or no to go into closed session. Vice President Perry,
Yes.
Secretary Green,
Yes.
Treasurer McIntyre,
Yes.
Assistant Secretary Treasurer McNeil,
Yes.
Board Trustee Walker,
Yes.
Board Trustee Wright,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Board members, we are now in closed session. You must close and go and go into the private Zoom meeting invite that was emailed from Monica. Public members, we will return here after we come out of closed session. Okay, I would like to call the regular board meeting back to order. I will conduct a roll call vote to ensure all members have returned. Board members, as I call your name, please say present for the record. Vice President Perry,
Present.
Secretary Green. Secretary Green, you muted. She backed up. Okay,
That's
back
not
up.
on my end.
Okay,
Oh,
Treasurer McIntyre,
Present.
Assistant Secretary Treasurer McNeil,
present.
Board Trustee Walker,
Present.
Board Trustee Wright,
Present.
and myself, Carol McIntosh, am present. New business. Action items and information reports. Board members, I would now like to entertain a motion and a second to approve the action items in batch that were moved from the May 12, 2021 Board Committee of the Whole meeting, the Human Resource Committee, action item 1.8 through 1.10, Finance and Operations Committee, action items 11.6 through 11.7, Board Committee of the Whole, action items 21.23 through 21.27, and the Academics Committee, action items 25.12 through 25.14. I need a motion and a second to accept these things, board.
So moved.
Support.
Okay. It has been properly moved and second that we approve all action items from the May 12, 2021 Board COW meeting. Board members, Monica emailed us on Friday, May 14th, and also inserted into the packet a candidate bios running for the GISD school board, which is on page 115. So we must discuss who Ms. McIntyre and Mr. Walker will be voting for on June 7th. Please also reference the resolution 21.25 of your packet, which is page 113 and 114, and let's decide which candidate to vote for now.
What page was that?
113, 114, and then after that you'll see their bios. So we have Jennifer Tremaine, and I guess this is Janice Bugby, and Judge John Conover, if I'm not mistaken.
There's one more on the back page.
Ashley Young. Yep,
Ashley.
Ashley Young. Yep.
Ashley, yes.
Ashley.
I think that's who
I know her.
I think
Same.
that's who I'm leaning towards.
See,
Same.
Ashley, the students that we represent. We
Yep.
need some diversity on this board. We've been dealing with the status quo. Let's do something different.
Hello.
Yes, yes, I agree.
Okay.
Ashley Young.
Yeah, I'm all for Ashley. She's very, very active in the community, and you know,
A lot.
Okay.
And I know her heart is in the right place. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Trust, Green.
Miss-
Thank you.
Of course.
Are there? Wait a minute. Where am I? Hold on. I'm sorry. I think nope. No, I haven't. Okay.
So, board, just so you know, I heard that you want Ashley Young for your 6-year term, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So there is still a partial seat, and I only saw one person that is running, and that is the Bugby. So what would be inserted into the resolution would be that Laura and Adrian would vote for Bugby for the 2-year term and Young for the 6-year term. That will be inserted into the packet.
All right.
Okay. Should we? And it looks. Okay. We need to take a roll call vote for this. Are there any more further questions?
Correct. So you don't need to take a separate vote. I just want to make sure everybody is in agreement with the entire batch moving, and that we're going to do it with the insert of these names into that resolution.
Okay. I don't see Miss Perry and Miss Wright. She said the entire board. Are you ladies in agreement with this?
I'm fine with what the majority wants.
Miss Perry?
Same here. Same
Okay.
here.
Okay. So seeing there are no further questions, motion to approve all action items, including the corrections to the resolution 21.25, will be conducted by a roll call vote. As I call your name, please say yes or no to approve. Vice President Perry,
What am I approving?
the minutes and to include this vote for the candidate for GISD.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Oh, my pen cutting up. And Secretary Green?
Yes.
And Treasurer McIntyre?
yes.
And Assistant Secretary Treasurer McNeil?
Yes.
And Trustee Walker?
Yes.
And Trustee Wright?
Yes.
And myself, Carol McIntosh, is a yes for me. So the motion passes 7 yes. New business. Action items and information reports continue. In your packet is information reports from the finance department. The check registry 12.19 from April 30th, 2021. 12.20 balance sheet from April 30th, 2021. And 12.21 budget versus actual for April 30th, 2021. And 12.2 the EDEP report from April 30th, 2021. Does any board member have any questions for Ms. Dunpray about these reports?
My question is just, to continue our discussions and to start holding in-person meetings to be able to review these items and kind of, go back to not necessarily pre-COVID protocol, but as much as possible. So it's and Ms. Dunpray and I are working towards that so that we can be in compliance with check signing and all that kind of thing. Because I have yet to, sign or approve anything.
Okay, and I think that we spoke previously about you and Ms. Domprey getting together and making that happen where you can sign the check registry in person.
Yep, and so we're now in the process of setting up regular meetings to do that. So it's going very well.
Okay, awesome. Does any other board members have any questions for Ms. Domprey about these reports? Okay. Also in your packet is the comparative membership report for April 30th, 2021, which is found on pages 157 and 159, which is item number 26.10. Okay. Ooh. Does any board members have any questions for Mr. Jones about this report? Or have you had a chance to look it over, guys?
Well, we really didn't have a chance to really look over a package this big, so I hadn't had a chance to look over everything in detail.
Okay, well, I'm sure if we have any questions, Mr. Kaplan Jones would be more than happy to.
Yes, yeah.
That he's very helpful in that. Go ahead.
One thing we didn't get to mention the EDEP submissions report.
Yes.
We go ahead.
Yeah, that I'm sorry. I'm just like there's a lot. There's like a huge packet right here. So in terms of the EDEP submission report, I guess we need some clarifying information about why we have a EDEP, given the changes in financial circumstances and the questions that have been asked that still remain to be answered about the appraisal processes and things like that. Like I'm just confused about this whole process. We can't do an EDEP assessment or evaluation or even begin to even think about it without having appraisals and without having a strategic plan. And there's been no discussion about, since we're getting millions of dollars,
Yes.
like what we're doing with this new situation in which we find ourselves. So we're just we're moving forward as if nothing has changed, like we have this EDEP and we're, I guess, still on a trajectory to close schools, which I never agreed to. And I never, we put that conversation on pause. It was brought up as a suggestion, should we talk about this? And I think everyone was like, no, we shouldn't until we have appraisals and a strategic plan. So here we have this EDEP submission report, and I'm confused about what that is.
So let me speak to that. So we are currently in an enhanced deficit elimination plan, and I have to currently report every month based upon the plan that we're currently in. So I have to show our status as to where we are from a financial standpoint and report that to Treasury. We are not out of a deficit. We have not conducted a new EDEP. So that's what we're trying to do with the information that we'll be receiving from that Plant Moran is Crest is gonna provide to us. We're gonna take all that data and then we have to develop a new enhanced deficit elimination plan. There are restrictions on the new money that we receive. And so therefore we have to take that into consideration when we develop the new plan. So we're still in a current plan. We haven't exited out of deficit, and we cannot just say that because we'll have these one-time funds that we don't still have issues that we need to resolve related to how our expenses are set up for our district.
But we still need a continued conversation about that plan, and because there's a lot of things that was addressed that's not addressed in that particular plan. So I concur with Trustee McIntyre that there's some things in there that we probably need to go over and make sure that we're in agreement with. So however we want to move on that, I support Trustee McIntyre.
So
So
I
I-
just want to say the plan hasn't been developed yet.
Let me finish. You don't mind? Give me a second. Not to talk about what's coming up. We're just talking about this particular plan right here. So I just think we probably need a little further conversation, just to be clear, because so much done happened and going on back and forth.
Okay, so am I hearing a motion to separate 12, 20, 12, 22? Or tabling this, Mo, we would have to separate that out then, or because I'm sensing some unreadiness.
You're talking about the EDEP submission?
Yes, can we?
That's an informational report. It's not something that the board takes action on.
Okay, it's not even an action item, so.
Okay.
Okay, so can we move forward, ladies? Okay. Does any other board members have any questions for Ms. Donpry?
I do. I do really, really quick. Going back to the timeline for the information that will be coming out for Plan Moran, I believe they said 5 weeks. So potentially, maybe we will have a report with new data potentially before our July meeting. Is that correct, Ms. Donpry? Potentially?
So potentially, yes. So since we have made an approval tonight, we will be able to move forward with Plant Moran Cressa, and it is 5 to 6 weeks. So
Okay.
I don't want to give an exact time. Okay.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
So
Okay.
I would like to make a motion to suggest that we have a board workshop about the EDEP and about the timeline with all, especially with all the changes and the deadlines that are impending.
It's been motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, it has been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion? Any discussion on this matter? Seeing there is none, as I call your name, we'll take a roll call vote to see if we will be taking this workshop for the EP submission report. As I call your name, board members, can you please answer? Pardon me? As I call your name, can you please answer yes or no to accept Ms. Laura McIntyre's motion to have a EDEP submission report workshop so we can get an understanding of what's going on as a board? Vera Perry, Vice President Vera Perry,
Nay.
Secretary Green, you muted, or I can't, can you do your head? Okay, yes for Ms. Green. Treasurer McIntyre,
Yes.
okay. Assistant Secretary Treasurer McNeil,
Yes.
okay. Trustee Walker,
Yes.
Trustee Wright,
Yes.
and myself, yes. The yeses have it, yet it passes 6 yes, 1 no. Does, okay, so we moved on from that. Does any board members have any questions for Mr. Jones as it pertains to 26.10? For the comparative for April 30, 2021. Okay.
I did. I think I'm trying to find the.
Mr. Jones, is he available?
What page?
I'm here.
Okay. We are looking at page 9, going over into page 10 about the extended COVID-19 learning plan. We're speaking.
You ready for me to present that?
We have questions about 26.10. Didn't a board member say they? Okay.
So is this the? I'm just trying to figure out. Are we?
Enrollment.
Yeah. So what is this actually telling us?
It's just comparing January 7th to April 30th. It's just comparing how many scholars we had then to how many scholars we have April 30th.
January or is
January? No, I'm sorry. I'm reading that. Let me see. October 7th, 2020 to April 30th, 2021. It's just showing you the comparison between how much scholars we had then to how much scholars we have now.
So we're
Which one are
increasing
you looking at?
scholars?
Which one are you looking at? It's 2 documents. Looking at the one with all the schools, or just the? There's one that says volume 148.
26. I thought we were on 2610. Oh, there's a bunch of them.
I'd be happy to, if you want to have time to read it over or whatever, and we can get back together.
That would be wonderful to have time to read these over. Yep.
Sure. No problem.
So, Laura, you will get with Mr. Jones. You will get with Board Member McIntyre and set that up so you can have a more in-depth discussion.
I will get with Miss Monica and we get together and we'll set that up.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. You are great. You are the bee's knees. Business items and reports continue. Board members, at this time, we will receive an update on the extended COVID-19 learning plan. We will give the public an opportunity to comment after we hear the update. Community members, if you wish to speak, please make sure you raise your hand or submit a comment in the chat during the presentation to alert Stephen to call upon you after Mr. Jones is done speaking. I now turn the floor over to Mr. Jones.
Okay. Good evening, board members.
Good evening.
Stephen, can you put the continuity of learning plan up for me, please? Thank you, sir. We don't have much today, but I wanted to highlight our kindergarten roundup, but I'll go through some of the data that we do have so that the public know what's going on in our district. Stephen, you can go ahead and go to the next slide. This is our enrollment and attendance data. We have currently 3,329 scholars in the district. The daily attendance for the last month is 72%. You can go forward. I want to just let you all know what's going on in summer school for our summer school program. It's going to be June 28th through July 15th. Our intersessions normally pose as our summer school. However, we wanted to give our scholars more opportunity to do some catch up. Principals and teachers are targeting scholars that need more support, and we are making way for them to have a 3-week program during the summer that will go June 28th through July 15th. The summer school program offerings are kindergarten boot camp, elementary program, Explore Your World, Discovery and Exploration. That will be grades K-6. Middle school, Explore Your World, Discovery and Exploration. And then high school will be credit recovery. I just wanted to highlight the fact that our staff. I wanted to give shout outs to all of our teachers, paraprofessionals, and administrators for your diligence to want to be a part of our summer program. We had over 90% of our staff, of the staff that signed up, that said that they wouldn't mind doing a face-to-face program. And so I just wanted to highlight that and thank our teachers and thank the staff, paraprofessionals, administrators, just for your diligence for signing up and being a part. We had over 109 staff members sign up for summer school. You can go ahead. We also have some updated wellness information. There were 13,750 documented wellness calls and 422 face-to-face meetings completed to FCS families, specifically to confirm what you see here on the screen: contact information, food distribution needs, healthcare resources through our community health workers, etc. 245 home visits have taken place as well. You can go ahead. So I just wanted to let our board members and our community know about our opportunities for kindergarten roundup. We had one yesterday and it was a successful day. And we're going to have one Friday, 5/21/2021 at Southwestern Classical Academy. You are more than welcome to come on out. And then we have a rain date just in case our Friday date doesn't work. And so you can go forward, and just want to highlight some of the things that that happened on yesterday. As you can see some of the pictures, we gave each scholar, first of all, let me stop and highlight our staff for coming out and being a part. Some of our principals were present, and our staff was present, parent facilitators. We just want to thank everyone for your diligence and hard work to make this event possible. And Latasha Wilson, who is our early childhood director, just want to shout you out. I know you're not on the call, but I want folks to know who you are. We gave our scholars 10, anyone that came up to sign up, we gave them 10 books to start their personal kindergarten library, which included 10 activities linked to each book. Activities covered all core content areas. You can go forward. Reading, math, science, social studies. Resources were given from the CRIM, nutrition, and t-shirts were given out as well. You can go forward. Food was donated by Sodexo. As you can see, parents came out and signed up. So we were very proud to have our parents come out, participate. They participated. Go ahead and go forward. In a live story time, I want to shout out the guest readers that we had. We had Miss Casey Purdy. Thank you, Miss Purdy, for giving us your time to read to our scholars. And on May 21st from Doyle Ryder, we're going to have Miss Lori Millette, who's going to read this Friday to all of the scholars who came out. That you can go back, because I want to say this. I think it's important. Go back to the last picture. Yes, this is the reason why we are all here. And I'm so thankful to serve the scholars of our community. I know our administration is, and all of our teachers and staff, but that's what we want to see. We want to see this young lady who will be starting in Flint Community Schools to graduate from Flint Community Schools and go on to be whatever she would want to be. And so let's keep our eyes on the prize, teachers, administrators, and parapros. Let's keep our eyes on the prize, and let's continue to do good work. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, it does. Just a second. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Jones at this time? Okay. All right. Just 1 second, please.
Ms. McIntosh, can I ask Mr. Jones really quick? The kindergarten roundup on 5/21 in Southwestern. What's the time that will be happening from?
Mr. Jones, did he already leave us?
Starting now.
Okay, I just didn't see it on the flyer.
Okay. Stephen, do we have any community members that wish to comment about the plan?
I have no additional comments this time.
Okay, and Mr. Jones is gone, so we'll have to follow up with Mr. Jones with those questions, Mr. Walker. At this time, I would like to give the public a final opportunity to address the board before we adjourn the meeting. Okay, Stephen, we don't have anybody?
I have no other questions or hands raised in the chat.
Okay, at this time, I would like to move that we accept the Truan Law Firm's assistance as we handle our vacant land and properties. And I was hoping I can get support
Board
from.
member, can you hear me? I was having some internet issues.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to get, I'm so sorry for interrupting you. Okay, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm sorry.
Okay, is there somebody else I think had a question as well? Is that it? Okay, at this time, I would like to move that we accept the Truan Law Firm to assist us with our properties and all things dealing with real estate, since they are real estate brokers as well as real estate attorneys. And we already have them on contract with the district.
So move.
I moved it. I need a second.
Oh, second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Okay, at this time, a roll call vote. Signify yes if you're accepting the Truan Law Firm to assist us with our properties, and no if you oppose. Vice President Perry?
Aye.
Secretary Green?
Yes.
Treasurer McIntyre?
Yes.
Assistant Secretary Treasurer McNeil?
Yes.
Trustee Walker?
Yes.
Trustee Wright?
No.
And it is a yes for myself, so the motion passes 5 yes, 2 no. So we will have Truan Law Firm assistant Don Pray with that. At this time, let me get back to my right page. Since there is no other remarks from the public, before we adjourn, would any board members like to make any comments?
President McIntyre, what did we do with the MASB Attorney Chris Lee? What was the decision on that? Did we make a decision?
It passed. We voted
okay.
for it.
Okay.
Oh, call the back. Okay, call the back. Tell them we're home. He's coming
Okay.
over.
Board's next committee is there any other comments from board members? Okay.
Yes, I'd like to make a comment. I
Yes.
just want to, given that of all the appreciation days, I just wanted to give a shout out to the teachers, to the staff, to all the parapros, and thank them yet again for being the frontline responders to our community. Appreciate everything that you do, and I just wanted to express my gratitude and support. I know that there might be some rocky roads ahead, but know that you're on my mind, and I appreciate you. And we have a very positive teacher board, and we're definitely, taking your interests and concerns to heart. And you have a lot of love and support here on this board.
Awesome. Okay, is there any other comments from board members?
I have something really quick, and it's in relation to the ESSER 2 funding that passed, I believe, back in December. That's still tied up at the state level. I believe there's still something to the sum of $841 million that's still tied up that hasn't been released to school districts. It's my understanding that it has passed the House and it is now held up in the Senate. Out of that funding, I believe the city of Flint or Flint School District is expecting 24 million of those dollars to be coming to us. So again, just urging the Senate to pass it, get it to the governor's office so that those dollars could come here and continue to help school districts like ours deal with the impact that COVID has had as it relates to being able to open safely and also making sure that we're addressing the learning loss. So just want to again urge the Senate to get that bill passed so those dollars can flow to school districts like ours.
Oh, awesome information. Thank you so much, Mr. Walker. Are there any other comments from board members? Okay, at this time, board members, before we adjourn, you've given your comments. The board's next committee of a whole meeting will be held on Wednesday, June 9th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. This meeting is adjourned. It is now 7:59. Good evening, everyone. Bye-bye.